How long should I meditate? How often should I meditate? If you find yourself asking any of these questions, then this video is for you. Hey everyone, my name is Rebecca. I'm a meditation coach and I help people understand how to use meditation to improve their overall well-being. I've led over 1,000 meditation sessions and I've been practicing since 2016. So let's just say I know what works. Today we're going to be talking about two very important questions that you may be asking yourself when you start a meditation practice. When I first started meditating, I thought I had to sit in meditation for hours to see the effects. And this is just not the case. Actually, you don't need as much meditation as you think you do. But there are a few things that I want to discuss that will help you determine where you are in your meditation journey and how to practice meditation in a way that's going to get you results. I first started meditating because I felt lost in life and I didn't like the work that I was doing. I wasn't in love with my life and I knew I needed a change. I had heard about meditation, all of its wonderful things that happen when you start practicing. So I was like, let me try meditation. And I was so inspired by meditation that I became a meditation teacher. So when I started practicing, I really just started letting go of all of these thoughts that were scattering my energy, that were disempowering me, that really were just taking away the joy in my life, if I could say it like this. And it was really through meditation that I became aware and that I just started letting things go. And I was able to have better focus and attention, where I could hold my attention with things that really mattered in my life. I became very in tune with things on a deeper level that pulled me in a direction that felt really good and turned out to be of benefit to my life. But if we have too much stuff happening up here, we're not going to hear the messages from here and be able to move forward in a way that really makes sense for our life and that is meaningful. So, with all of that said, this channel is about meditation, mindfulness, and manifestation practices. Please like this video, share this channel with your friends, and subscribe so you can stay updated on the latest. So before we dive into today's questions, I want to talk about what meditation actually is. Because there is a lot of misinformation out there about what meditation is, and a lot of people are confused. So to simply define meditation is the act of paying attention, okay? It is not, and I repeat, it is not the act of clearing your mind or clearing your thoughts. This is not it. If you go into your practice thinking, I'm going to sit here and clear my mind, no. Meditation is an act of paying attention. It improves your attention skills, it improves your focus, concentration. These are the things that you will experience when you practice any meditation, if you're doing it correctly, because that's another thing, but that's not what this video is about today. But if you're practicing meditation correctly, you will improve your focus, concentration, become more present, etc. Now, there are different types of meditation out there, like mindfulness meditation. This is the act of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Now, you could do meditations with a specific goal and focus, like meditations for compassion, meditations for confidence. There's so many different meditations out there with different themes that it really depends on what you are looking for when you start meditating. Because if you don't like the meditation that you're doing, there's a chance that you're just not going to connect with it and feel drawn to it, and that's something that is important. So in the beginning, it might be more of an experimental phase of your meditation journey where you're testing different meditations to see which one resonates with you. And once you find that, then work with that meditation for an extended period of time until that compassion, let's say if you're focused on a meditation about cultivating compassion, once you feel that compassion alive within you, you know that meditation has done its job and this feeling has moved from the outside, now it's inside, alive within you. So it's a very beautiful thing. Meditation is so versatile and there's so many different ways that you could use it. But for me, meditation has always been about connection. For a long time, I felt very disconnected from myself. I didn't like the work that I was doing. I wasn't in love with the life that I was living. Yeah, sure, there were parts of it that I enjoyed, but I didn't feel this deeper sense of connection to my life, and I needed more. I started meditating, I started getting insights, having realizations, and taking directions in my life that really brought a lot of meaning and value. So that's what meditation has always been about for me. So just to start with the very basics here, meditation is the act of paying attention. All right, so let's dive into the first question. How often should I be meditating? Well, there's going to be different answers I'm going to give depending on where you are in your meditation journey. But the number one thing that I want to say is the most important thing is that you are consistent. I don't care if you meditate once a week. I don't care if you meditate once every 2 weeks. Be consistent, all right? Now, there are a few things here that I want to say. When I first started meditating, I really didn't know what I was doing. And it wasn't until I attended my meditation program in Bali, which I loved. I loved that program so much. I went back 2 more times for a total of 3 times. And I'm actually I want to go back next year as well. But what I want to say is when I went to my meditation program, I was there for 30 days. We meditated every day, an hour in the morning, also 45 to 60 minutes at night. So it was a lot of meditation. But this is the beautiful thing about joining a program is that it keeps you consistent and helps you build up this discipline to practice meditation every day. And it also strengthens presence within you because your meditation practice is about cultivating presence and expanding presence within your awareness. And that's one of the other goals of, I would say, really any meditation practice. It's kind of just a result of practicing, you become more present. So in the beginning, if you have an opportunity to meditate every day and do this practice consistently, because I will say more in the beginning is great because it helps build up this energy of presence. It's like you're building up this momentum, expanding this presence within you by doing it every day, being consistent. And then after I left that program, I was traveling. I was a nomad for 3 years. And I found myself meditating once a week, skipping a week, meditating twice the week after that, 3 times the next week. So I didn't have this regular weekly schedule, but the one thing that I was consistent. After a certain amount of time, I started to feel more drawn towards my practice. There was a resistance there when I first started, like, no, I don't want to meditate, I don't want to sit in stillness. But then at some point, I started to feel more drawn towards the silence. And once you start experiencing these deeper stages of meditation, it just feels amazing. You come out of your meditation and you just feel so calm, you feel so like connected and in tune with yourself. And it's such a beautiful thing. So this is really the part of meditation that I want to help you experience. And you're going to do that by being consistent. So be consistent, all right? If you could meditate a lot more in the beginning and then drop off to weekly sessions or sessions twice a week, do that. The thing that I notice is that a lot of people start off strong on their own because, again, it's different if you're in a program, you have the support and guidance, but they'll start off strong for like 1 week and then they just don't do it. And I just really want you to think of this more as like a long-term goal or even like a mindful lifestyle that you're creating versus, oh, I have to meditate. Like, yes, it is something that you have to do, but this is going to improve every aspect of your life. It's not just going to make more space and bring more calm to your mind, but it's going to improve your health. It's going to improve your emotional state. It's just, you're going to have deeper connections with people because you're listening and you're noticing who you're surrounding yourself with. Is this person meaningful to be in my life? Maybe I want more people that are, you start to notice things. I'll just say it like this, and you make better choices because you notice more. So the first thing is be consistent, okay? Now let's go into the second thing. How long should I meditate for? Now, again, this is going to vary depending where you are in your meditation journey and your comfort for sitting in stillness and silence. Because I'll tell you, when I first sat down to meditate, It was not very enjoyable. It was a disaster. I wanted to get out of meditation because I had a million thoughts coming in, and I was just like, felt like I was being attacked by my thoughts. I was overwhelmed. I'm like, this is meditation? But they lied to me. What is this? Like, I didn't want anything to do with it, but I'm a very stubborn person. I also had this feeling that meditation would be special and meaningful for me. So even though in the beginning it really sucked and it was terrible, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to get this and I'm going to do this. And okay, lo and behold, I was meant to be a meditation teacher. But, this is also too why you got to listen to these feelings sometimes and follow these things. Even though it's a little shaky in the beginning and it doesn't make sense, I just knew that meditation was going to be meaningful. So, depending on where you are in your meditation journey, you want to start off with smaller meditations in the beginning. I want you to think of this like an experiment. Do not start off with a 1 hour meditation. If you've never meditated before in your life, it's going to be a very challenging experience. Now, let's just say you spend a lot of time by yourself and you spend a lot of time in silence. Okay, sitting in a 1 hour meditation may not be as challenging for someone who is spending a lot of time with people, has a lot of activities going on during the day, they're involved in a lot of things. So for that person, I want to say it's best to start off with 5-minute meditations. Now, if you sit down in meditation, let's say for your mindfulness practice, because this is just the act of observing and noticing what is coming up for you. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? Right? You're getting really in touch with yourself and understanding your deeper self. So if you sit down for a 5-minute meditation and 5 minutes does really feel like a long time, start with mindful moments. I teach this in my meditation program, and really that is just taking a moment throughout the day, several moments, just to check in with yourself. Pause, stop what you're doing, take a few deep breaths, and just notice, oh, I feel lots of energy in my chest. Or you may even notice, I feel calm. Oh, my mind is very busy. I keep thinking about this future thing. Oh, my mind is pretty calm and spacious. I feel relaxed. So that's what a mindful moment looks like. You don't have to close your eyes, but for me, this helps me go more inward and focus more inward. But it's just taking a moment to stop, breathe, and recognize what is. Because going back to what meditation is, it's the act of paying attention. So you want to take a moment to pause, pay attention to what's happening, and acknowledge it. Say it out loud, label it. This helps cultivate and heighten your awareness. So if 5 minutes feels like too much, start with these mindful moments. Once you get situated and comfortable with this, then move over to your 5-minute meditation. Okay, it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but that's okay. Because soon that 5-minute meditation practice is going to go into 10 minutes and 15 minutes and 20 minutes. Now, you don't have to go all the way up to 1 hour meditation in order to see the results. If that feels meaningful to you and you want to explore longer meditations, go ahead. For the majority of the clients I work with, we're meditating anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. And I've meditated with clients for 40 minutes and this felt good for them. And I will say the longer you sit in meditation, when you experience those deeper stages of meditation, it just feels like a calming, peaceful, rejuvenating, like soul connecting, lovely experience. So you're probably going to want to find that you do want to sit longer in meditation naturally just because it feels so good. But I want to say one important thing here. This is not about forcing your practice. Yes, you are applying effort. There might be some resistance there. And we're working here with gentle determination, gentle effort. We're not forcing this to work. This is not what it's about. It's just gentle effort and determination. So, start with these smaller practices. When 5 minutes starts to feel like nothing, move to 10 minutes. When 10 minutes feels very comfortable and easy, move to 15. For the average person, I feel like the sweet spot is somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes. And I really believe this is enough. If you could do it every day, great. But I really want to encourage you to start with meditation 2 or 3 times a week. Because again, I find when we go all in, then we go all out at some point. So I really want to encourage you to say, hey, I'm going to sit here for 5 minutes this week, twice a week. And then the next week, I'm going to try 10 minutes twice a week and see how that goes. Follow the natural pull of your practice, because I really believe over time, if you're practicing correctly and effectively, you will feel more drawn to your practice. You will want to sit for longer periods of time. I've been practicing meditation since 2016. Now when I sit in meditation, it feels almost the same as when I'm outside of meditation. I feel very present. I feel very in tune. I don't really have so much mind chatter up here. It's very spacious, and I receive intuitive insights. I just feel very connected. I feel like I'm in my body. And sitting in meditation just feels like a very similar experience to outside. And I practice meditation regularly to keep this presence with me. Now I think about it as a maintenance practice. Because in the beginning, I was doing a lot of clearing just naturally by becoming aware of what wasn't serving me. I had to let all of this stuff go. And now that that's kind of just gone, there's a lot more space there. There's a lot more freedom almost, or free feeling, just like ease. And it just, this is why I'm here telling you about this, because I want you to experience this too. But you gotta be consistent, start small, and then build up over time. So I hope this was useful for you today. If you like this, please give this video a like. Also subscribe to my channel. Just to recap what we went over today, what is meditation? Meditation is the act of paying attention. Don't go into your practice thinking, I have to clear my mind, I have to be at peace. No, this is not what it's about. With mindfulness meditation, we're going into meditation to pay attention. What's happening in the here and now? Let's get present and notice what's happening here and now. This is, for me, it's a practice of connection, connecting to your inner self and letting that lead you and guide you in life, because it's going to take you to the most beautiful places, all right? How often should you meditate? Be consistent. This is my answer for you. I don't care if it's once a week. I don't care if it's twice a week. Just be consistent. Find a meditation practice you like and work with it over time, and you will see results. How long should I meditate? Start small if you're the beginner, and as you notice these 5-minute practices feel easy, then go to 10. Keep increasing your capacity until you reach a sweet spot. If you're really struggling here, I'm a meditation teacher, so please reach out to me. I would be more than happy to help you with your practice to really make it effective and meaningful, and so that you really like it. Because meditation is going to look a little different for everyone, but there are some techniques I'm using to increase your focus, concentration, and to really help you make this your own practice. So those were my tips today. Be sure to follow along. I have some more stuff coming out next week. I'll be releasing stuff weekly. I know I missed a month, so forgive me, but I will be showing up here more regularly. So I hope to see you next week. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll be happy to make videos on your questions. And just let me know if anything really stuck out to you. All right, see you soon and have a great day.